Hello folks, welcome to Roll-Off Truck World. Today we're going to be talking about a very important topic that has no answer. That's right, there's no right or wrong answer folks, but there are some good pointers that you're going to take from this video. Let's talk about it. Roll-Off versus Hooklift. Which one is better for you? Well, I wrote down a couple notes because I'm going to have 4 reasons why a Hooklift may be better and 4 reasons why a roll-off might be better. There's no right or wrong answer. And let's talk about number 1. For both of them, geographical location means a lot and it matters. So it all depends. What do you want to do with your business? Do you want to stay single axle all the time? Or do you see yourself hauling demolition and going into the big trucks and having over 600 dumpsters in your fleet and running single axles, tandem axles, triaxles? Well, that depends and that matters. And geographical location. So let's talk about it. So say you want to build this business and you're starting out and you want to sell it out to the big boys one day. Well, take a look at around you in your area. What are people doing? If you see roll-offs, what's the thing you need to buy? A roll-off. Why? Because when you come sell this big plan of yours, long story short, if you got all hook lifts and everybody's got roll-offs, chances are you'll lose a lot of your potential selling customers that you'll sell that business to, because most of them won't be interested. It can be done. They'll adapt the dumpsters, but if you got one too many dumpsters, trust me, it costs more money to convert them. Now, the second thing we want to talk about, when you go to the hook lift, there's many advantages. Faster cycles and hooks. We all know it. Drivers are lazy these days and people don't want to work. A hook lift is faster, it's easier, it's safer, it's much faster than a roll-off. You got to get out there and unhook the cable and hook it and pull it and hook it and tie it down with the straps. Yeah, you can go with automated mechanism locks for the roll-off too, but still you got to get out the cable. Hook lift takes a big win for that, so points for the hook lift there. That's number 1. It's much faster and easier to cycle. Number 2 for the hook lift, or let's go 1 and 1. Number 1 for the roll-off, it's got way better weight distribution. It's no secret a hook lift has a shorter wheelbase, a roll-off has a longer wheelbase, and you got big massive rails that's metal channels basically that distribute the load better. It handles the weight way better. Not in legal capacities, they both do the job, but a roll-off feels much sturdier while driving down the road, feels safer while picking up the box too. I'll be honest, I've seen some hook lifts highly loaded get real tilty. I've also seen some roll-offs wrongly loaded get real tilty. So operating use is the main important takeaway from there. The other thing we want to talk about, we already spoke about geographical location for both. Now let's talk about the container length and stoppers. If you're the guy that runs 12 foot, 16 foot, 15 foot, 18 foot, 22 feet dumpster, a roll-off is probably your best bet, because you can put a stopper on that rail anywhere and adjust the position. On a hook lift, you're kind of limited to within a certain window for your locks to work. After that, engineering wise, jib location and lock location are not as friendly as a roll-off. So big win on the roll-off there for actual container length that you can run. Think about a 22 feet rail. You can run anything you want on that rail. A 2 foot, a 10 foot, an 8 foot, whatever. On a hook lift, not so much. Big loss there for the hook. And the biggest and most important question is, are you starting out or are you upgrading? If you're going from something, if you're running 60 boxes standard rails and you're looking for a roll-off truck, well, or a hook lift, well, you know the roll-off's better for you because it costs less money to adapt. It all comes down to whether you want to make that change or not. I found that on the single axle applications, I prefer, if you're starting out, a hook lift is the way to go. It's the way to go. On a multi-axle application, I think there are the pros and the cons really start showing there more than in the single axle. This will get the job, that hook lift will get the job done. This roll-off will get the job done. Aside from minor things that I've just discussed, there's not a whole real sense of weight pulling advantages, weight distribution that you can really say matters. But when you go to the multi-axles, there's definitely, and I know this is single axle world right here, right now, but we're going to talk about multi-axles too. When you go to the multi-axles, there's a crucial tilting point on a hook lift that when it's really loaded, it can feel different than a roll-off. I found that scrap metal haulers, demolition guys, dirt haulers, rock, concrete haulers, the real heavy boys out there running triaxles and quad axles and 75,000-pound hoist and whatnot, they'll never take a hook lift, and it's for a reason. Weight distribution, not the best ratio there for a hook lift compared to a roll-off, which is a bit longer. The rail is longer, everything is a little bit longer, weight's distributed a little better. So that's kind of why, and it's honestly a little bit less tippy when you go way up in the air. As long as you're in level ground, they're both safe. The hook lift, I've seen cable snap or heard of, and I've seen jibs break. So both of them, anything can happen. But I think I've heard more things about the hook lift going broken on heavy duty applications, heavy weight hauling. If you're in a single axle, none of these things will really matter to you. The choice is yours. There is no right or wrong answer. They'll both get the job done. If you want to sell your business, look around your area. What are people running? It don't mean it's better. It just means that maybe you need to, not saying don't do things different. There's an advantage and a disadvantage. But I think if you're staying on the single axle, a roll-off is great if you've got a lot of them. But if this is your first truck, I think the hook lift is probably the better way to go. If you're running roll-offs, ain't nothing wrong with a good old roll-off, baby. I used to run roll-offs myself, and I had single axles and tandem axles and all that stuff. And I considered a hook lift many times, but once you're deep in the game, the switch is hard and tough. Folks, rolloffTruckWorld.com. Give us a call. Visit our website if you need anything else.